I mean, I remember my whole life having feelings of not being good enough, very low self-esteem, needing other people's approval and trying to control my weight in order to feel good enough. And when I was about 4 years old, 3.5, I was at Montessori school, and there was this other little girl there, and every day I used to ask her, "Can I be your friend today?" And every day she would tell me whether I was good enough that day to be her friend or not. So as early as that, I was already developing a strong sense of codependency and needing other people to reassure me for my own value. When I was about 8, I remember thinking it would be better if I was thinner. I would feel better if I was thinner. It would be better if I could not eat this food. The thing with eating disorders is that it's very easy to say they're about wanting to lose weight, and that is often how they surface themselves, and that's their outward appearance. Whether you're overweight or underweight, the obsession with food is undoubtedly a huge part of an eating disorder. But the truth is that an eating disorder is really like many self-harm disorders. It's a coping mechanism. So often someone with an eating disorder, and myself included, has been through abuse, either emotional, physical, probably bullying, many different triggering events in their lives to make this happen. It's the leap between low self-esteem and putting it into action is often a life event. For me, so many things happened that just solidified my base truth, my inner truth, which was I wasn't good enough. And life gave me situations that seemed to confound that truth. And rather than, being taught how to dispel those thoughts, no one taught me to do that. We don't get the emotional training for life the way that we should do when we're little. We're so busy learning about dividing and multiplying, So I think that played a huge part, not being incredibly emotionally intelligent, but not emotionally literate, as it were. I wasn't able to understand and process my emotions. Because matching our insides and our outsides, it's so difficult. And it's so easy to do this. It takes 10 minutes, and it's a lie. It is genuinely a lie. I mean, this is me, but there is another me as well, underneath this makeup, that looks completely different and also wakes up some days, not liking herself, feeling very angry and abusive towards herself, feeling disappointed with myself, all of these feelings which don't reflect the person that people see when they meet me. People assume that I'm a confident person. And in fact, while I love being around people, and I really do, I thrive off human contact, I also feel deeply insecure, and I often leave situations, and I have done a lot of work on not replaying the conversation in my head. What did I say? Did I come across as arrogant? Was I stupid? What do they think of me? Which was old behavior of my mental illness. And that is how I know I'm having a bad day. And that's how I can see a relapse, becoming triggered, is the more I obsess about what someone thinks about how I look. Which is impossible, because in this world, we're told that everything depends on how we look. And I also just did a lot of work on letting go of not being perfect, of just absolutely accepting, trying to find radical acceptance every day as to who I am, and loving that person and saying, actually, no, I am good enough. And being the person I always wanted someone else to be. I was always looking for that in other people, but when people gave it to me, it wasn't enough, because actually the person who I needed to hear it from was from myself. And so being honest enough to say, you know what, Florence, actually, you're wonderful, you're great, you're just perfect as you are. Don't stop trying to mess with a good thing.